So what if I told you there was an ancient roadmap, a kind of direct path specifically designed to purify our minds and help us overcome all suffering? Well, today we're diving into a really profound teaching that makes exactly that claim. Let's get into it.
The original texts, they don't mess around. They kick things off with this incredibly bold, super definitive statement, Ekayano Mago, this is the direct path, the one and only way. It's not presented as, one of many options, but is the single, specific route to get where you need to go. So what's the problem this path is supposed to solve?
Well, it's aimed right at the heart of the human condition. And these aren't just some abstract philosophical ideas. They are the most real, deeply felt parts of our lives. We're talking sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair. The texts point to these things as the fundamental struggle of existence that, let's be honest, we all have to deal with.
What's so fascinating here is how specific the diagnosis is. The Pali words are incredibly precise. You've got Sokaparidevanam, which is that internal feeling of sorrow and how you express it on the outside, lamentation. And then there's Dukkhadomanasanam. That's the experience of physical pain and the mental pain, the grief that often comes along with it. This is the universal problem that the path is designed to address.
Okay, so if the problem has been laid out that clearly, what's the fix? What's the solution on offer? Well, the texts are just as direct with the answer as they were with the problem.
The solution is called the Ekayano Mago. This translates to the direct path or the soul way. And the emphasis is really on that word soul or one. The idea here is that this isn't some winding, scenic route with a lot of detours. It is the most direct, straight shot to the goal. And to really hammer this idea home, they use a fantastic analogy.
Imagine a huge, fortified city. It's got these massive walls, high towers, but here's the catch. It has only one gate. There is absolutely no other way to get in or out.
And this is where the analogy just lands perfectly. According to the texts, every single being who has ever reached liberation in the past, who is doing it right now, or who will do it in the future, all of them use this one single gate. There's no secret back door, no hidden passage, not even a tiny crack in the wall for a cat to sneak through. The point is, this path is presented as absolutely essential and universal. So, how does this path actually work? What are we supposed to do? Well, it has a name, Satipaṭṭhāna, or the 4 foundations of mindfulness. This is the how-to part of the journey. Let's break that word down for a second. Satipaṭṭhāna is really key. Sati means mindfulness or awareness, and Upatana is all about establishing or setting something up. So a Satipaṭṭhāna is literally an establishment of mindfulness, like building a firm foundation of awareness. The whole practice is about building 4 of these foundations.
And here they are, the big 4. First up is the body, or kaya, just observing physical sensations as they are without judgment. Second, we have feelings, or vedana, watching pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral feelings just come and go. Third is the mind itself, citta, paying attention to the state of your own consciousness. And fourth is dhamma, or mental qualities, observing the very patterns and contents of your mind.
Okay, so we've got the 4 areas to focus on, but is just knowing about them enough? I mean, how important is the actual method, the consistency, the dedication you bring to the practice itself? Well, you guessed it, the texts have another brilliant analogy for this.
It's the analogy of a hen and her eggs. It's such a simple, down-to-earth metaphor, but man, it just perfectly captures the essence of this whole process of cultivation.
Think about it, right? If a hen just wishes really hard for her eggs to hatch, but she doesn't actually sit on them, doesn't provide any warmth or protection, nothing's ever going to happen. The texts say it's exactly the same for us. Just wanting to be free without putting in the diligent practice, it doesn't get you anywhere. The potential just stays locked up.
But, and this is the beautiful part, if that hen diligently sits on her eggs, giving them the right conditions, she doesn't have to force the chicks to hatch. It's a natural, inevitable result of her care. So, the crucial takeaway here is, with consistent and dedicated practice of these 4 Satipaṭṭhānas, the result just unfolds, all on its own. It's a process of cultivation, not a force.
And this internal work isn't some selfish act. This quote explains the connection so well. By cultivating our own minds, by protecting ourselves from all those unhelpful states, we end up protecting others through our newfound patience and wisdom. And when we protect others with kindness and compassion, we're also protecting ourselves. It's this amazing, virtuous cycle.
So all of this leads to a really important question. What's the ultimate promise here? If someone actually walks this direct path with diligence, what specific results can they expect to see? The texts, once again, are incredibly specific. They don't offer some vague, fuzzy promises. They state very clearly that you can anticipate one of two definite results.
Those two results, or fruits, are first, Anya, which basically means final, complete knowledge, full enlightenment, the whole shebang. The second, which is right before that final step, is Anagamita. This is the state of a non-returner, someone who is so far along the path they will never again be reborn into a state of suffering. As you can imagine, these are profound, absolutely life-altering outcomes.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. That all sounds amazing, but how long does this take? Is this some project for many, many lifetimes, or is it something that's actually achievable, here and now?
Now, this is maybe one of the most astonishing claims in the entire collection of texts. The claim is that for someone who practices diligently, one of those two incredible results can be expected within a period that ranges from just 7 days on the short end to a maximum of 7 years. That's it.
So let's just bring this all together. The 4 Satipaṭṭhānas are presented as the Nikāya no Mago, the direct and the sole path for the complete purification of our minds, for getting beyond sorrow and lamentation, and for the direct realization of Nibbana.
So, the map has been laid out, the path has been described, and the destination has been promised, which really just leaves us with one final and very personal question to think about. If this truly is the direct path, what's the first step?